Buenas, buenos días. Buenas, buenos días. Good morning from the city of San Jose, Costa Rica. I was going to put my little morning message in a nice spot in nature at the park. So I'm here at one of the two parks near me. It's actually called Hyde Park. And what stopped me was this enormous root coming from this beautiful tree here. It stopped me in my tracks and it told me, this is the place that you need to sit to send your morning message. So good morning, everyone. I hope that you had time to connect to nature today. I am here in the city of San Jose, which I'm not a city person. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know that I am 99% of the time alone in nature. So it definitely took a lot of resistance from me to leave my little bubble in the jungle, to leave this beautiful little home jungle I created of so much peace and harmony and just so much trust, to come into the unknown, to come into the city of just a whole different reality. I felt a lot of resistance leaving. I really didn't want to leave, but I had some missions to do with one of my, actually she's my team leader of the project that I'm working on. Had to pick her up from the airport, and we've had some missions. We looked at some tiny homes yesterday here in San Jose, and because we live so remotely in the jungle, we're gonna pick up some like bulk organic rice and organic coconut oil in bulk, and try our best to score some things that we can't always get down south from where we are right now. So I'm here in the city, and it's really interesting because I really resisted leaving and didn't want to leave and felt like this uncomfortable, like, no, stay. But then as soon as I started leaving and driving, I drove past a palm plantation, which always pulls at my heartstrings every time on my way here, on my way there, when I have to drive out of my little bubble. And they did a massive clearing of the palm plantation and just totally ripped the heart out of my chest. And then I saw this beautiful river just after the clearing and the massacre of these palm trees. And so I pulled over and I connected to the river. I gave this beautiful tree on the edge of the river some of my fruit, and I brought out my drum and my rattle, and I had some songs to share to the river, with the spirits of the river, with the spirits of nature. And that replaced my heart back into my chest and made me realize, yeah, it's all well and good that you have built yourself such a beautiful space and place, but it's really important that once your cup is filled, overflowing with abundance and beauty and peace, that you go out in the world and you give a little bit of your peace and your love and your magic and your medicine to the people and the places in the earth that need it. I'm in my first 6 month split between Central America and North America, and I've been feeling a lot of resistance for that too. And yeah, it just felt really good to see a devastation and then to be able to know that I can have a part to play in still sharing some medicine and still sharing some good energy with that area, with that waterway that feels the devastation of her forest, feels the devastation of her ecosystem, and to be able to connect to that and remind her that there's still harmony, there's still love, there's still joy in the world. So it just reconfirms that even though it's uncomfortable sometimes to leave your beautiful space that you've created and that you feel so safe in, it's really needed sometimes to just get out of your comfort zone and give back to others. And so reconfirmation for me that it's okay to go back home to North America and that North America will receive me really well. I've actually been really enjoying my time in the city because it is such a different energy. It is such a different perspective, a different way of life. I cook all my own food. And so here in the city, we've been going out to regenerative restaurants in the city where they have their own gardens, and they just have really delicious meals that I don't have to cook and I don't have to clean. It's actually kind of nice to have a break from that, from the cooking and the cleaning that I do every single day for myself. Going to a city where I have access to regenerative restaurants. I never even knew that was possible, but it's possible. And so we've been going out to dinner the last 2 nights, and yeah, it's just nice to get a different change of pace. Big transitions happening here. We just had Ostara, Easter season, and yeah, it just feels like a big awakening and a big shift happening to a new way of being for me personally. And for my project, we're moving on. We just had our first 6 months here in Costa Rica with our land project, and now we're shifting gears to something that actually came to me in a vision in December with my partner at the time. He and I were standing in the river, and this vision came to me, to us, of just allowing people to come to our land and experience our land. And that we don't have to be building structures, we don't have to be doing all these elaborate things. We can just allow people to come experience our land, experience our waters. And that could be a form of income. And so I brought that up to my team leader, and she agreed. And so this San Jose trip has kind of been a business trip of like me sharing my inner wisdom of the forest with her, who's the big business mindset. And so in our next season, next year, it's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to open up our land to people, to children. We're going to start our school, of course. That's always been my goal, to start a school. But to also just open it up to people coming and staying on our property in the hopes of reconnecting them to nature, back to nature. And that's what it is, back to nature retreats, back to nature stay. And so I'm really excited for that. And I'm gonna go back to the north and share my medicine with my family and my friends in my homeland, and then come back here and start a whole new 6-month stint of allowing people to come back to the land, connect to the waters, connect to the creatures of the earth, and rebalance themselves, rebalance each other, rebalance their relationships. And yeah, so that's my spring Easter Ostara awakening message to you guys while I'm sitting on this beautiful tree here in the city of San Jose, out of my comfort zone, but still really feeling at peace. I've been sleeping really well. I've been feeling really productive with my business models, and yeah, just feeling really good. And I just wanted to share a little bit with you guys today, and I hope that you're doing well. I hope that you had time to connect to yourself, to connect to the nature outside, and to connect to someone that you love today. Sending some blessings your way from San Jose.